When you think of a girls group who dominated the music scene in the golden era of hip-hop and R&B with a style unlike any of their peers, Total is usually one of the first to come to mind. Their perfectly balanced blend of femininity, fearlessness, and attitude resulted in a fierce trio of singers who carved a lane all their own. The ladies actually coming together to form a singing group was very much their own doing in the beginning. Kima Raynor, Keisha Spivey, and Pamela Long, all three born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. But they didn't grow up knowing each other. Kim and Keisha heard of each other from around the way and ultimately teamed up after a producer put them all in the room together, including Pam. It was their devotion to the hustle that landed them in the good graces of the mother of Diddy's godson, who ultimately became their manager. Before they knew it, Total was face to face with none other than the bad boy boss man himself, Diddy, other known as Puff Daddy at the time. Despite impressing Diddy with an impromptu vocal performance, Keisha says the group was slightly caught off guard by his initial response to their meeting. The trio later found out that Mr. Combs, aka Diddy, was much more interested in them than he let on. In 1995, Shyne Puffy Combs signed New Jersey trio Kima, Keisha, and Pam to his heavy-hitting roster of chart-topping artists known as the Bad Boy Family. Keeping it sexy, sultry, and street, Total made their debut in the R&B world as a feature on the chorus of the Notorious B.I.G.'s rap classic Juicy. As Biggie's groundbreaking single controlled the airwaves, sounding off in each borough throughout the New York City and across the world, Total made their second feature on another B.I.G. classic, One More Chance, which also climbed the charts, giving the trio the green light to record their debut album. The first single, Can't You See, off their self-titled album featured a lyrical intro from Biggie and debuted on the New Jersey Drive soundtrack. Although their debut album would take another year to be released, Total will go on to produce two more chart-topping hits with No One Else, featuring the remix with Foxy Brown, Lil Kim, and Da Brat, and the classic R&B groove Kissing You. Later that year, the self-titled album Total was certified platinum, solidifying Kima, Keisha, and Pam as the official bad girls of hip-hop and R&B. During the recording of their highly anticipated second studio album titled Kima, Keisha, and Pam, Total will be featured on numerous chart-topping hip-hop hits, including Foxy Brown's I Can't, LL Cool J's banger Who Do You Love, and What You Want by former Bad Boy label mate and Puffy protege Mase. At the height of their success, Total will score another alongside Missy Elliott and Timbaland on their collaborative single What About Us, featuring on the 1997 family classic Soul Food soundtrack. Pam's vocals were featured on the Biggie massive hip-hop classic Hypnotized, which she never received credit for. The first single, Trippin', off the group's gold certified second album, featured a collaboration with Missy Elliott, spawning the single into the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100 chart. The second single, Sitting Home, barely hit the charts and will rarely get airplay from radio. However, the single's video, featuring legendary Yo MTV Raps host Ed Lover, would air the video in heavy rotation on networks like BET. Total will go on to do a few more features throughout 1997 and 1998, only to discontinue recording together later that year. While it has been well over a decade since the trio has hit the studio, in 2015, Total would join R&B great R. Kelly on the sold-out Funk Fest tour. Total also would feature in the 2020 Bad Boy Reunion tour. Almost 30 years later, and these ladies still know how to rock a show. I wish we were able to at least get two more albums from Total during the height of their careers, but even though they were around for a short time, their music will be forever timeless.